Hi guys, Brexit is done. Really? So a bunch of comedians, Brexit supporting comedians if you believe, reacted to news of a poll from The Express that support for rejoining the EU is growing. Now this type of polling has been consistent for some time, but the collective meltdown of the panel was the comical aspect here. One didn't understand what a majority means, another claimed that Brexit was done, while the guy introducing the topic thinks Brexit just needs more time. Have a listen to this.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to The Express now, Josh. This is The Express, but a headline that looks a bit like The Guardian.
Yeah, majority of voters demand a second Brexit referendum within the next decade in a new poll. So 46% people want a vote on rejoining the EU within the next 10 years, and 72% say the government's handling Brexit very badly. We knew that anyway. What's quite interesting about this, there's a few things. One is that there isn't this demand for it now.
Yes.
So it seems like in 10 years' time, either when this country has sorted itself out or things are so desperate, we'll just be like, beg us, please let us back in. That's when people want it to happen on both sides.
I don't think that's unreasonable. I mean, if some time has passed and then people want to have another referendum, I would support that. And if they voted to go back in, I'd support that too. If you're a Democrat, that's what you do. But the thing about this is I don't think that would happen. I think because I don't think the good thing about this is you would have, like we did last time, months of debate about it. And when you actually debate the issues, it's unlikely that anyone's going to want to join.
Why? Why would you say that? Look, I believe, and I've said before, there would be some pretty difficult challenges for the rejoin side. And I've mentioned before that adoption of the euro would be a requirement for rejoining the EU. Let's be honest about that. Now, does that mean that the UK would actually have to replace the currency? No. We've seen a number of countries around Europe who said, yeah, we're going to adopt the euro, but then didn't. But you'd have to sell that to the public, and that'd be a difficult sell. I'm not saying it would be a deal breaker, but I do think it would be a difficult sell. But Brexit is not going to get better. Brexit is going to get worse. So I think it's going to become clearer for people. Actually, it's better if we're a member of the European Union.
EU, I think.
Yeah,
go on.
And actually, if you look at these numbers, so they say a majority of voters. This is 46%. It just shows that Remainers still don't know what a majority is.
A majority in respect to the numbers who want to remain outside, who don't want to join the EU. There's a majority want to rejoin, and there's a minority want to stay out. Does this guy not understand what majority means?
46% is not more than half
of the people who...
I think what they're saying is there's more than the ones that voted the other way.
Even your co-host is explaining it to you because you're that dumb.
There's a lot abstained, I think, is the issue.
But also, so 46% of people want another referendum. So yes. That's obviously going to include some people who would vote the same way again.
So, what? Why would people say, yeah, I want to stay out of the European Union and I want another referendum? There may be some headbangers who say that, but I think they're a very small minority. Like, just think about it for a moment. Somebody would say, yeah, I'm happy with Brexit, because they would vote for Brexit again. Then why would they want another referendum? Like, I've yet to meet a Brexiteer, I've yet to speak to a Brexiteer who supports a second referendum. They're like, no, we voted to leave. Get over it. You lost. Like, do these people actually exist?
But they lost by 52 to 48. So they've actually, their numbers are going down on the Remain side.
No, Jesus. This is about a poll for a second referendum, not the vote. In the vote, there isn't an I don't know. Like, do you remember? It wasn't on the ballot, leave, stay, leave, remain, or yes, no, whatever, and I don't know. Do you not understand how polling works? There's an extra option when we're polling. There isn't an extra option in a referendum. My God.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I suppose if you look at it that way, it will be interesting to see if this does go anywhere. But like I've always said, I think we need longer to work out whether it was beneficial or not.
And also...
No. As I said before, the longer it goes on, the worse it'll become. Because the UK is diverging on standards. The UK is going in the opposite direction of the single market. Now, there have been some redirections in regards to that when it came to the UK safety standards. That was jettisoned because it was a ridiculous idea. The torching of thousands of EU laws, so-called EU laws, that has been reduced. But the UK is still heading in the opposite direction of the single market. Now, that may change when a Labour government comes in. But just think about it. If you're trying to sell into the single market, and the single market has a particular standard, which isn't static, it changes, and your product standards are going in the opposite direction, that means more paperwork, more cost. That's not getting better, that's getting worse.
For the toxicity surrounding the debate.
It's still here.
It is still. Well, this is the other thing, is 18% of people in February thought that, only 18% thought that Brexit was done. It's like,
yeah,
Brexit's done. Can we just... But no.
No, Brexit is not done. Brexit will not be done until the UK rejoins the EU. I said this before. Brexit is not done. We're still talking about Brexit. More checks are going to come in. Post-Brexit checks are coming. Not everything... This is why the government staggered the actual implementation of Brexit. Because if they put it all... if they put it all in place from day one, the economy would have collapsed. So there are checks coming in, allegedly in October, then next year, post-Brexit checks. So Brexit is not done. You have the British government negotiating aspects of Brexit still, and in 2025 there is the review of the TCA. It's just a review; it's not a renegotiation. But Brexit is not done.
It's not done properly.
I'm shocked that the toxicity is still going on. I'm absolutely amazed. I told a pro-Brexit joke in a comedy. They hated me for it. I was like, it's been 7 years, guys. Surely now we can joke about it.
I'd love to have heard the joke. Because the joke is this panel, unfortunately. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.